I'm not saying that Toyota was keeping secrets from me when I got my 2019 Toyota Tundra, but there are a few things that I've learned about this truck that I thought I'd share that I found were kind of interesting. It's not in the owner's manual. You kind of have to search for it online, or you just come across it by realizing, I need that. Secrets are bad, Toyota. The first little tip is going to be about the tailgate. Now this is a pretty big truck, so obviously the tailgate does have some weight to it. Got a lock on it. You come here, grab the handle and open it, and typically stock, this tailgate will just drop all the way down. That's great and fun, except when you're trying to load it and trying to use it, and it just keeps dropping right in front of you, and you gotta get out of the way. I started thinking about these little shocks here. Now what comes stock are these little grab wires right here to keep the tailgate from falling all the way to the ground. Well, I found this on rough country, and it basically is a shock that goes between that bolt and the stock bolt point on the tailgate. So when you open the tailgate, it's kind of got a soft opening, and it's not dropping all the way to the ground. I'll show you from the side here. Now that feature is great and adds a lot of value for me, especially when other people are using the tailgate. It's a quick and easy mod that really makes a big impact. The second tip is going to be about when you're getting into the driver's seat. Now when you look over there on the passenger side, it's got a grab handle up on the A-pillar. Makes it a lot easier to jump into the truck, especially when you've got a little bit of a lift like I do. Well, on the driver's side, this grab handle doesn't come stock. It's just a flat A-pillar. Now the funny thing is that Toyota actually sells this as a part. It's an OEM part that you can get. I got it on Sparks Toyota, and it's a quick install. And because it's an OEM part, the install is super easy. On the stock A-pillar without the grab handle, you're simply removing these bolt covers that exist. Take out the 10mm bolt, the A-pillar pops right off, and this is a complete replacement part. And what you do first is you'll put the A-pillar on, put the bolts in for the grab handle, put the covers back on, fit everything underneath the rubber lining there. And really, it's because it's a stock part, it's not going anywhere. And it makes such a difference when you're jumping in and out of the truck. And like I said, with my 4-inch lift, this makes life a lot easier for all passengers. This next tip has to do with shifting the vehicle into 4-high. Because this isn't a full-time 4-wheel drive system, you actually have to engage 4-wheel drive using this knob right here. As you're traveling along and you encounter a surface that requires 4-wheel drive, all you're going to do is drop the vehicle down below 62 miles an hour, and we're going to flip this to 4H. Now when you do, you'll see on the dash that 4-high starts to flash. And as you move the vehicle, it'll engage itself. And stop blinking. And when it does, you're in 4-high. Now with 4-high, you don't want to really be traveling that fast anyways because of the road conditions. Now to come out of 4-high and to go back into 2-wheel drive, all we're going to do is shift it back to 2-wheel drive. That'll start blinking, and as we move, it goes away because we're now engaged back into 2-wheel drive. Okay, so that part in terms of shifting into 4-wheel drive and shifting out of 4-wheel drive isn't really that hard. But here's a tip I learned. When you're in 4-high, and if you make a tight turn, it's going to feel like the back of your truck is binding and actually kind of grinding the tires across the pavement. It's also going to sound like there's about 46 raccoons in the back of your truck having a UFC fight. So what you're going to want to avoid is making tight turns. The thought here is that basically if you need 4-high, you're going down a straight road for the most part. If you have to make some sort of turn, think about the road curving. That's fine, but you don't want to take tight turns. Now, another tip with 4-wheel drive, when you engage 4-high, you'll hear a clunk, and that's okay. Top tip, they recommend going in and out of 4-wheel drive once every 6 months or so. All that does is just make sure everything's lubricated and ready to go for when you do need it. Alright, the last tip has to do with using cruise control. Now the switch is obviously located right here on the right side of the steering wheel. Press this button in to turn cruise control on and off. To set it, you're going to move the whole thing down. To resume, all the way up. To cancel your setting, you push it towards you, the driver. You can also go up and down to actually adjust the speed that you're setting cruise at. So when I turned cruise on, you'll see radar ready, and I can set a speed. Now the radar is basically radar sensor on the front of the truck, and as it detects a vehicle in front of you getting closer, it'll automatically slow the truck down. But I felt like this truck is really sensitive. It leaves way too much space. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to get out of that setting, or if that was the only setting the truck had. Well, here's how you do it. Basically, I'm going to press the on button, and it'll turn the radar on. So the tip here is not to use radar and just to get into cruise control normally. I'm going to press this button in, but hold it, and watch what it does on the dash. It's going to flip it to that icon, and that's basically your regular cruise control as you know it. You set a speed, and you have to monitor the vehicle getting too close to the one in front of you.